Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of Mock Draft Monday. I am your host, John Drummond, where we talk all things basketball all the time. And I'm very excited for the NBA draft. The 2024 NBA draft is very interesting to me. The prospects are very interesting to me. And we're going to be doing a full first round mock draft this time. I know the past 3 episodes I've been doing lottery mock drafts, and you guys have been loving them. They've been getting over 1,000 views every single video. But I think we're going to go into a deep dive to every single pick of the first round. So we're going to get into that, and we're going to start off strong. We're going to have the Atlanta Hawks taking Alex Sarr. I think this is a gimme pick. I mean, you have Clint Capella, you have Onyeka Okongwu. I think those guys are trade pieces. You get younger at the center position with Alex Sarr, and I think he's the perfect candidate to play next to Trae Young. I mean, we saw what happened when Luka Doncic got an efficient lob catcher and a really good defender in Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. I think Trae Young can have that same type of impact. So we're going to go get Alex Sarr. At number 2, we're going to be having the Washington Wizards taking Zachary Rissache. And I think this is the best player on the board now that Alex Sarr is gone. He could possibly be the best player on the board with or without Alex Sarr being on the board. I think with his spot-up shot, his ball creating, and his length, I think he's going to be a project to start out, but I also think he could be a very good NBA player. So we're going to take Zachary Rissache. These first 5, maybe 5 picks are going to be the same for me almost every mock draft. I think I'm pretty locked in unless a team openly comes out and says that they're going to be taking this player and he's not in my top 5 mocked. Then I'm not going to switch my top 5. So Reed Shepherd's going to be going number 3 to the Houston Rockets. I mean, this is a guy that can fit in all 30 teams. He can play. He's a plug and play type of player. He can play anywhere you want him to. And he's going to probably be playing either the 1 or the 2. I think he may get some point guard minutes and have Fred VanVleet mentor him, who Fred VanVleet is. He's an undersized guard. He can distribute. He can shoot. I think he could be a good mentor for Reed Shepherd. At number 4, now I know there have been some reports about Nikola Topic being hurt, which is confirmed. I think he has like a partially torn ACL. I think he can still be taken here, in my opinion, but I don't know. I think he can fall to 8 because if we look at the picks after, it's the Pistons, Hornets, and Blazers before they get the 8th pick again. So I think, honestly, they can take Tijan Saloon here, or they can end up taking Montas Buzelis. I think they like Tijan Saloon a little bit more, and he can probably play the 3. And then you go get a guy like Nikola Topic at number 8. I don't know. The Spurs have a track record of taking the guy that they see the most. They see an upside. Like, the Spurs are a team that's hard to mock for because you truly never know who they're going to take. I think Tijan Saloon goes number 4. This might be a little crazy, but I think Tijan Saloon goes number 4. And then number 5, I'm going to have Montas Buzelis go to the Detroit Pistons. I think this guy, like I said before, if his jump shot falls, he could have been the number 1 pick in the draft. And I think he's going to come in. He's going to be a good shooter. I'm going to take it for the Detroit Pistons. And number 6, I have the Charlotte Hornets taking Rob Dillingham. I think Rob Dillingham can be like a Tyrese Maxey for the Sixers, and a Tyrese Maxey for the Sixers for the Charlotte Hornets. I think he can play off ball. He's a very good shooter, and he can put the ball on the floor. You will have that insurance option if LaMelo Ball gets hurt. At number 7 for the Portland Trail Blazers, I'm going to be taking Ron Holland. This team definitely needs some wing help, and he's a great defender. He's probably the best perimeter defender in this draft class. So I'm going to be taking Ron Holland. Very athletic, can run the break with Scoot and Anthony and Shaden. It's a very young athletic team that they're building in Portland, and I love to see it. With the 8th pick, I'm going to have the San Antonio Spurs take Nikola Topic. This is still the best point guard in the draft. He's still the best point guard in the draft. The injuries is just what's making it hard for him to be taken in the top 5 again. But I definitely think he's still a top 10 player. At number 9, I'm going to have the Memphis Grizzlies take Donovan Clingan. I think this is a very, very easy draft pick. If he's there, you take him. If he's not there, and let's say Ron Holland's there, you take him. If Dalton Connect is there and Donovan Clingan's not there, I could see that as well. But Donovan Clingan to play that 5 and move Jaren Jackson back to his natural position at the 4, you get some size, especially next to guys like John Morant and Desmond Bane, who are only 6'2" and 6'5". I really like this pick for the Memphis Grizzlies. So and he has the potential to be that defensive anchor in the paint. At number 10, I'm going to have Stephon Castle go to the Utah Jazz, and he's going to play next to Keyshawn. He's 6'7"? I did not know that. He's probably going to be playing a lot of the two. And I watched this mock draft with 6 Rings of Steel and Pee Wee the Plug. It's not a lot of situations where he's going to be the lone point guard. He's going to have to share the rock with somebody. I mean, the best ball handlers in the league share the rock with somebody. I mean, if we look at Luka Doncic, he's one of the best. He's probably the best point guard in the league. He has to share the ball with Kyrie Irving. So it's like you're going to be sharing the ball with somebody. So honestly, I think the Jazz take him, and he ends up liking his stay. At number 11, I'm going to have the Bulls take Cody Williams. This is a project pick. I think he could be a very good spot-up shooter. I think he can play very well with the ball in his hand, and I think he has the attributes to be a very, very good defender. So I'm going to take Cody Williams. And for the Oklahoma City Thunder with the 12th pick, I'm going to have them take Dalton Connect. I think this is a guy who is NBA ready, can come in, shoot the rock, and he can also score. I'm moving through these a little fast because I've done mock drafts in the lottery plenty of times. Once the lottery is over, I think that's when we're going to really dive deep into some of these picks. There's a little shakeup with the last pick of the lottery. I know it's not the same since my last mock draft, but once again, I have Jared McCain going to the Sacramento Kings. I think he is the scorer that you would want to play next to De'Aaron Fox or off the bench for De'Aaron Fox. He's a great shooter, probably the best shooter in this draft, whether it be him, Reed Shepherd, Dalton Connect. He is a great punch for you to have off the bench. With the 14th pick in the 2024 NBA draft, I'm going to have the Portland Trailblazers take Tristan da Silva. I really like Tristan da Silva. He's 6'9", can put the ball on the floor, can run the break, and he looks very fundamentally sound. This guy looks like he's an NBA-ready player at 22 years old. He can come in, hit the outside shot. I would love to see him get some power forward minutes because I think a pick and pop with him could be very good. I think on a short roll, you can pass the ball to him, dump the ball down to him on a short roll, and he can make a play out of it, whether it's a cutting DeAndre Ayton or it's an Anthony Simons in the corner or it's a cutting Shaedon Sharpe. I think he'll be able to make a play out of that. So I like this pick a lot. A pick that I really like is Devin Carter going to the Miami Heat. This guy is a Miami Heat type of player. I mean, when we look at his stats, he averaged 20 points per game and 9 rebounds. This is a guy who can come in, he can shoot the ball, he's fearless, he plays way taller than his height. He's not scared to go up against anyone. This is a Heat culture type of player if I've ever seen one. I'm probably going to mock him to the Heat until draft night. And with the 76ers pick, I thought about Jacoby Walter, but I'm going to go Johnny Furphy. I mean, this is a guy that can shoot the rock. He's very good in transition. Tyrese Maxey is going to need a running mate. I think he can play the 3 in some stretches, but I really like this pick for the 76ers. I'm going to have Johnny Furphy go to the 76ers. Now, for the Los Angeles Lakers, this is a team that I wanted to see draft Derek Lively last year. I think having a center next to Anthony Davis or just having a roamer off the bench for maybe the first part of the season, who knows, he maybe plays well enough to earn a starting job. I'm going to take Kelly Ware. I think he's a perfect fit in Los Angeles. You got a lob threat for LeBron. If D'Lo comes back, D'Lo, we all know D'Angelo Russell plays best when he has a picker and he has a roller. I think this is a very good pick for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now with the 18th pick, I'm going to have the Orlando Magic draft Jacoby Walter. This guy, very good off ball, very good catch and shoot guy. He can put the ball on the floor. There has been some questions about his inside game, but I think he could be a Chris Middleton type of player. And if you put him next to Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, especially with the shooting, how the shooting has been with the Orlando Magic, you need somebody who's going to come in and shoot. So I love this pick for the Orlando Magic. Now, with the Toronto Raptors, they missed out on having a top 10 pick. I know their pick was top 6 protected, and it ended up being number 8. I think they need center. I don't know how much stock you're going to be putting into Jakob Poeltl, but you need a front court mate with Scotty Barnes. And I think it's Yves Missi. I think he's a great player. I think he's a lob threat. He can be a great rebounder. He can catch lobs. He's going to be a serious threat for the Toronto Raptors. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers have an interesting offseason ahead of them. I don't know if Darius Garland gets traded. Don't know if Jared Allen gets traded. The guy I've mocked to them is Tyler Smith. I really like Tyler Smith's game because he is a stretch four. We don't know how much he could play at the 3. We don't know how much he could play at the 5. But if Evan Mobley pushes down to the 5, Tyler Smith is the perfect guy to kind of slowly push him into that starting 4 spot. He can hit the jump shot. He's lefty. He has a great shooting form. And I would love to see a pick and roll and then to the roll man to the lobbing big man, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So Tyler Smith would set a screen for Donovan Mitchell. And I think Tyler Smith has the ability to catch the ball on a roll and maybe toss a lob right to Evan Mobley. I just really like the way that offense could look. So I would put Tyler Smith here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think he is the number one option on draft night for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, for the New Orleans Pelicans, I think this is the perfect pick for them. Isaiah Collier is a downhill type of point guard who loves to throw lobs. He loves to hit open players on drives, and I think Zion Williamson is the perfect candidate for that. I think he also has shooters on the Pelicans, whether it be Herb Jones, whether it be Trey Murphy, whether it be CJ McCollum, if he's still there. I think that is a great pick. Now, for the Phoenix Suns, this is a team that, in my opinion, is kind of harder to mock for. But at this position, you just need rotation guys. In my opinion, you need the most rotation help you can get. So I'm going to go out and draft Kevin McCullough. Great shooter, lengthy shooting guard, small forward. He can play either position. He's a older college player. He has more experience. He's ready to come in and play now. I think this is a great pick for the Phoenix Suns. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, the question around them has been perimeter defense all season. So I think Ryan Dunn right here is a fantastic pick. He doesn't have to start right away, but he can come in, maybe get some restricted minutes every now and then, guard some of the best players, and he doesn't have to worry about his offensive game. I mean, we've seen a lot of players come in with very good defense and then work on that offensive game, whether they can just be a respected three-point shooter, somebody who can maybe attack a closeout. Ryan Dunn is a great pick for the Milwaukee Bucks. I think this is probably one of my favorite picks in the draft. Now, for the New York Knicks, I'm going to have them take a little bit of ball handling pressure off of Jalen Brunson, and I'm going to go Keyshawn George. This could be a great 3-and-D guy, but he can also put the ball on the floor. So this is a great pick for them. And we don't know if they're going to be re-signing Isaiah Hartenstein. We don't know if they're going to be able to pay I don't think they're going to be able to pay both of Isaiah Hartenstein and OG Anunoby. So we're going to have to make some tough decisions. If Isaiah Hartenstein doesn't come back, or they don't think he's going to come back, I think Kyle Filipowski is a good rebounder, and he can stretch the floor a little bit with a jump shot to make it a lot easier for guys like Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson to create. So I love that pick. For the Washington Wizards, why not take Zach Edey? I didn't put much effort into this pick, not going to lie. I think the Washington Wizards just take best player available, and I think Zach Edey can mess around and be that. We really do not know what Zach Edey can be, because he dominated college basketball, but we know his game may not translate to the NBA. It may not, but it possibly could. You never know. So why not? He's 7'4". He averaged 25 and 12. Why don't you take Zach Edey? Why don't you take Zach Edey here? Now, for the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think Bub Carrington can be a very, very, very good fit for the Minnesota Timberwolves. We saw in the Western Conference Finals that they need another ball handler to relieve some pressure off Anthony Edwards. And I think Bub Carrington is that guy. So I love this pick here. Now, for the Denver Nuggets, I'm going to take Bobby Klintman. I think Bobby Klintman is a great guy who can stretch the floor. And I think playing with Nikola Jokic, you have to know to be at the right place at the right time. So whether it be in the corner, whether it be in the dunker spot, whether it be top of the key, you have to be in the right spot to create the best plays. And I think Bobby Klintman is the type of player to really stay in a rotation and hit some key shots in some big games. So I like Bobby Klintman here. And for the Utah Jazz, this is a potential guy. I think Justin Edwards didn't get the best opportunities, but I think he's a very good player, and I think he has a lot of high upside. He's very athletic, could be a great defender. I would go Justin Edwards here. And for the Boston Celtics, my final pick of my full first round mock draft, I'm going to take DaRon Holmes. gonna take DeRon Holmes here. 6'10". They definitely need some rebounding bigs, some physical bigs. Al Horford's getting older by the second. Kristaps Porzingis' injury history. I think having a center or power forward, I think at 6'10" he can play the center once he builds a little bit more muscle. But I like this pick for the Boston Celtics. Now, to recap the 2024 NBA mock draft, I went through this a little fast because I really do not have the loyal subscriber list yet to really break down an hour-long video. So I just want people to get where I'm coming from and move on. If you guys are loyal subscribers, drop it in the comments, though. Drop it in the comments. With the first pick, the Hawks took Alex Sarr. Wizards take Zachary Reese-Shea. Rockets take Reed Shepherd. The Spurs take Tijan Saloon. The Pistons take Matas Buzelis. The Hornets take Rob Dillingham. The Blazers take Ron Holland. The Spurs take Nikola Topic. The Grizzlies take Donovan Clingan. The Jazz take Stephon Cassell. The Bulls take Cody Williams. The Thunder take Dalton Connect. The Kings take Jared McCain. The Blazers take Tristan da Silva. The Heat take Devin Carter. The 76ers take Johnny Furphy. The Lakers take Khalil Ware. The Orlando Magic take Jacoby Walter. The Toronto Raptors take Yves Missi. The Cavaliers take Tyler Smith. The Pelicans take Isaiah Collier. The Suns take Kevin McCullough Jr. The Milwaukee Bucks take Ryan Dunn. The New York Knicks take Keyshawn George. The New York Knicks again take Kyle Flapowski. The Wizards take Zach Edey. The Minnesota Timberwolves take Bub Carrington. The Nuggets take Bobby Klintman. The Utah Jazz take Justin Edwards, and the Boston Celtics take DeRon Holmes. I really like these fits for every single team. I really like these fits for every single team. I would have liked Ryan Dunn for the New York Knicks, but I just do not see a world where the Milwaukee Bucks are like, okay, all the rest of these players are better than Ryan Dunn. He gives you exactly what you need, which is perimeter defense. You go get a guy like that. Isaiah Collier, I feel, is the perfect point guard to progress into that second half of his contract and be a very good point guard for the Pelicans. A guy like Tyler Smith, he can be a great rebounder, great shooter, and a part of me believes that he can be a solid playmaker. Khalil Ware, you miss out on Derek Lively in the draft last year. You bring in a center who's actually going to play. One thing about the Lakers, I want to see people play. I want to see their rookies play. Bring him out and have him play. Johnny Furphy, I think, is a great pick for the 76ers. Tristan da Silva, I think this may be a slight reach, a very slight reach, but I think this is a very good reach for the Portland Trail Blazers. I know Jacoby Walter may have fell a little bit because I think he's a lottery player. I wouldn't be mad if the Portland Trail Blazers take him at this position, but I think the Tristan da Silva is the better option. I think Jacoby Walter fits with the Orlando Magic even better. All right, so if you guys like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will be doing mock draft Mondays every single Monday, and I'm out. Peace.